What's up, everyone? Mark Barta, and welcome to the Queermosphere, your weekly insight into anything queer. I took a bit of a hiatus, but I'm back, and I hope everyone is well. Welcome to October. It is fall. I have out my fall decor, and those scents are pumping through my house. Jay and I have bought some tickets to a haunted house, or a couple of haunted houses. He surprised me with tickets yesterday, so I am prepared to be scared. I love to be scared. It is my favorite time of year. Halloween is my favorite holiday, so I hope you guys are enjoying it as much as I am. On more of a personal note, Jason and I have taken the next step forward in our relationship, and I have been spending more time with he and his 3 girls. So if any step parents have any advice whatsoever, I am an open book. I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing, but I am just making myself available and being around, so any help would be appreciated. But I cannot tell you how fulfilling it has been to get to know these little humans and start a relationship, especially since I love their father so much. So wish me luck. Well, everyone, if you like what you see, let me know in a comment or by subscribing. It's been a while, so let's get to it and let's look at the content at hand and what has happened in the Queermosphere this last week. Well, after 60 years, Pat Robertson steps down and will no longer be on the air. Caitlyn Jenner says the GOP leaders were embarrassed to be seen with her in public. And DC's only bilingual LGBTQ shelter may close because the city has cut its funding. Let me go refill my coffee. I'll be right back and we will get this. The day has come where the far-right televangelists who made some of the most disgusting and hateful claims about LGBTQ people, well, Robert Patterson is making his way off the air. The man is 91 years old, and he is saying he's planning to live another 29 years. Lord help us. Lord save us. Pat Robertson was the host of the 700 television show for the last 60 years, and he started the Christian Broadcasting Network and launched the 700 Club in 1966. In 1998, Robertson said that accepting gay people could result in hurricanes, earthquakes, tornadoes, and possibly a meteor. In 2018, he said passing a ban on discrimination against LGBTQ people could result in atomic war. In that very same year, he said that Drag Queen Story Hour means what humanity is doing is trying to stick their fingers in God's eyes. Robertson also claimed that the Black Lives Matter movement was intended to spark a lesbian Marxist revolution. He also prophesied that Donald Trump would win the re-election and prayed on air for Satan to stop making people believe that Joe Biden had won. He also believed Trump's re-election would spark, well, you guessed it, the apocalypse. And this is the issue. People actually believe his batshit crazy nonsense. Good riddance. The majority of the world will not miss your diatribe. Your old ass needed to retire anyway. Go fishing. Wasn't Jesus a fisherman? There you go. Oh boy, it is my favorite celebrity, queer celebrity, Caitlyn Jenner. She is now claiming that the GOP leaders were embarrassed to be seen with her in public, but would meet with her in private. Caitlyn stated, I had election officials and party leaders who would gladly take private meetings with my campaign and me, but would balk at the notion of being seen with me in public. Despite being treated like a dirty little secret by the GOP, she still ensures her fans that she is a Republican and she will fight for inclusivity in the Republican Party. And she even complained that being a Republican was more difficult than coming out as transgender. And there it is. That right there, Caitlyn Jenner. It's statements like that that make the queer population not gravitate towards you and everyone look at you and say, what the hell are you about? There is absolutely no comparison to being Republican and coming out transgendered. You are so far off base and money has clouded so much of your mind and it is now your driving factor that you've lost touch with reality And you wonder why people didn't trust what you were saying or didn't vote for you when you ran for governor. Did you ever think that these GOP leaders didn't want anything to do with you because you were a horrible political candidate? You had no chance of winning, and in turn would also make them look bad. You know that whole guilty by association? That works in politics too. I mean, let's really dive in. During your campaign, you polled at 6% for public support. You lied about not voting for Trump in 2020. Your whole stance on COVID was absolutely whack. And you complained about seeing homeless people on the streets. Not to mention, you left your campaign to film a reality show in Australia. Caitlyn, you're a joke to politicians and one of the biggest jokes to the queer population. So please stop running for politics. Don't open your mouth on transgendered issues. Enjoy your money. Put it in your swimming pool and swim in it for all we care. Just stop opening your mouth because I'm over it. I mean, you're an old lady. Find a boyfriend. Find a girlfriend. I mean, I'm sure your money can buy at least somebody to listen to your bullshit. Bye, girl. The Casa Ruby shelter in DC has previously accused city officials of transphobia, and now the city has shut off their funding, and it may have to close. The reason for the center's possible closure is that the DC Department of Human Services has decided not to renew its $850,000 grant for the center and announced that decision less than a week before its fiscal year. Well, a crowdfunding campaign has already raised $113,119 of its $125,000 goal in barely 3 days. The DHS hasn't revealed the reason for discontinuing the grant. However, the Blade noted that Casa Ruby and its founder, Ruby Corrado, filed an administrative complaint 6 months ago against the DHS. Well, I think we figured that out. Just a few facts. 1 in 5 transgender individuals has experienced homelessness at some point in their lives. 1 in 5 has faced housing discrimination, and more than 1 in 10 have been evicted from their homes because of gender identity. If you've got a couple extra coins that you'd like to throw at a good cause, go ahead and Google Casa Ruby's GoFundMe. It's Ruby, R-U-B-Y, like the gem girl. Well, that's it for me. Time to say goodbye this Sunday morning. I hope everyone enjoys the rest of their Sunday and enjoys the first full week of October, the first full week of fall. Be sure to check out LGBTQnation.com. If you see an article that you think I should mention in one of my videos, just let me know in a comment. Don't forget to comment, follow, or subscribe so you get my weekly videos in your feed. And as always, start off by being nice. But if you are trying, and you're trying real hard and it's not working, burn the bitch good. Love y'all. See you next Sunday.